How we doing, everybody? I'm Matthew, back with you again. I got a new project started here, and I'll show you what I got going on. But I was doing a little thing here on the motor. I wanted to show you while I was doing it. I'm working on the 48 Ford Custom. Get over here. I've never had this kit before, and I've never actually even seen it before. Well, I mean, I've seen it, but I've never had it out of the box or anything. I've never owned it before. And my wife picked this up for me at the Orlando IPMS show we just went to, and so I opened it up and started working on it. It seems to be an okay kit. So I've already got the body. The body is all prepped and it's down here in the hot box. It's ready for primer. I went ahead and got a jump on it before I started recording anything. But I'm working on the motor now, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to spin this camera around, so you guys might get sick for a minute, but I got to turn it around to get the right angle, and then and now I got you all in a mess. I'm turning it upside down around. Sorry, guys. I just didn't want to stop the whole camera and... Alright, water predicament. Alright, are we under here? We're there. Alright, so we got you down here. So we're working on the motor here, and we're not in focus. Why aren't we in focus? Get some blue over here so we can get in focus. There, we're a little bit more in focus. Alright. So, we're working on the motor, and as most of you know, I always put the rubber belts that I have here. Little rubber bands, I put them on for my belts. So if I get this piece on, which will be the color of the motor. So I have brackets here for, which would be the bearings. Right there. The bearing spots for hi Tom. For the belt. And I have one here at the top, which is held in place by the alternator or generator. Back then, I guess they would call it, which I got a bracket on it, and one for the bottom. But the center one, which holds the fan blade, there is just floating in air, which would leave the fan blade in just in limbo, just floating in air. So I have to make a rod, which I'm going to lower this down a little bit, make a shorter belt, just lower it down a little bit. That way I can pin all the way through and into that motor. And you'll never know, because there's a fuel pump or a water pump here that goes back behind, and I'll go through between that V, to the center of that V into the block. And there'll be plenty of room to go through into the center of that block and that V there for my pin. But I have to make the pin because I don't keep rod around, and that's what I was in the process of doing. So I took a chunk out of the sprue here, just a chunk of sprue, and I put it in my trusty Dremel and just chunked it up in there. And I was using just a flat blade on my chisel or my X-Acto blade. And that was working okay. And then I found my seam scraper that I got from yes, Tom. I got from Micromark. Seems to be working better. So I was going to show it to you and just let you see how I make. I won't do the whole thing. It does take a while because you can only cut just a little bit, and you have to let it just cool down. So you can cut a little bit, cool down, cut a little bit, cool down. Because if not, it'll just start going all wonky or it'll just break off. And so I'll let you see how I cut that, and then we'll move on to whatever else. It may be a little loud here. Sorry about that, guys. Now you see, we'll take a little bit of time because I have to get that small enough to fit into that hole there in the back. So it's going to take a little bit of time to get that small, but persistence will pay off, and I'll get it there. So we've not chosen a color for this project yet, and since it is a custom, it's a little bit out of my. I usually do factory stock, and so it's a little bit out of my norm. So I don't know what we'll do. I do have that color I was going to use on that Limburg kit, which is this cinder red. I do like that, but it needs something else to break it up. So I don't know. I looked through the wife's sewing cabinet, hoping to find some lace or something I could throw in there to put some design in it. So I don't know. We'll see what we're gonna come up with. We'll do something with it. So I don't want to make this too long. We're up to 8 minutes, but so thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for the great comments. Stay tuned, and we'll be back when we have something else to show you. So thanks for watching, and bye bye.